You've seen my usual carnivore meals, but today I wanted to change it up. A cream cheese omelet for breakfast and later a surf and turf dinner that is so buttery and flavorful. It's definitely one of my favorite meals to cook. I'm really looking forward to this switch up today. I usually just do ground beef and eggs and scramble it together and call it a win. But today we're going to be doing some omelets, and I will be blending 4 eggs in a splash of half and half and some salt, and bam, it'll be nice and tender and perfect for my omelets. Yesterday I tried doing 5 eggs in an omelet pan and it didn't work out. So do not do that. Learn from me. Do 4 eggs at a max unless you have a giant omelet pan. Usually I would just go ahead and whisk with a fork, but today I was wanting really incorporated, really blended eggs so it can be nice and soft for my omelet. I spooned on a little bit of bacon grease and then I just plopped on some butter, and then on the mixture goes onto the hot preheated pan already, and then I'll just go ahead and turn it down to finish cooking and hopefully not burn the bottoms. Welcome back to the channel. It's Tatiana, a meat-based Tati. I'm so glad you're here. Starting out with breakfast, I normally do my ground beef hash, but today we're switching it up. We're doing an omelet. I'm super excited for it. I have eggs in there. I have some cream cheese. I have some shaved beef, which has been a phenomenal hit in our household right now. And then some salt in there. And then I'll put some bacon and some cheese. Well, the bacon will be on the side, but I'm going to put some cheese on there. And then just let that melt up. And then we are going to flip this bad boy, hopefully. Hopefully it's a success. I like to keep it a little gooey, so it's kind of always like a risky game I play. I managed to get it done. It's always such a good feeling when you flip it over and you see that it isn't burnt eggs on the bottom. It's wonderful. I will also be cooking up some of these if you can tolerate some breakfast sausages. These are pretty good. You can get them at Walmart or even Costco sometimes. Breakfast is served. Got that omelet flipped, not broken, so that's an achievement. We're gonna do a little taste test. I love switching up with omelets because they're just so different, but you still use almost the same ingredients. Like you can just use ground beef if you want to instead of shaved beef, but shaved beef, that's a hit. Let's do a taste test, see how we did. Nice. Okay. It's so gooey and cheesy and creamy and delicious. So good. Stick around for what we're having for dinner. We have reached that time of year where I get to have the best drink ever every single day. I get to drink this collagen-packed, nutrient-dense bone broth that I make from scratch weekly, and it's literally so good and so nourishing and so satisfying. And when I just get to sit down and have my bone broth, it's just something that's just so comforting. I have noticed a huge difference in the strength of my nails, in the quality of hair that I have had over the years of eating carnivore versus going back to when I was eating more like lactose-free, dairy-free, just the standard American diet on top of that. I'm a firm believer that food truly heals from the inside out. So if you deal with the issues, what you're putting into your body will then reward you with, nicer hair, better skin, all the different things. Just going to drink some bone broth. I'm super excited for it. I, as you can see, keep the fat cap on my bone broth. I think it's just that much more nutrient dense and it's just so good. It keeps me full for a long time. And I think it's the best way to have bone broth, honestly. The trick is to not heat it up too hot because then that fat will seem like it's not as hot, and then you get down below and it's like piping hot, so be careful. But I'm just thinking about what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna do like a seafood and steak, like a little surf and turf dinner. I'm super excited. I've been wanting surf and turf for like so long. So we're gonna do some steak, we're gonna do some scallops, I believe, and some shrimp. It's gonna be so tasty. I am super excited to make it all buttery and just, I'm ready for that. So I'm gonna sip on my lovely homemade bone broth and then get a little bit of work done and then head home and have some dinner. I'm ready to make some dinner and I'm super excited. We're having some surf and turf, like I mentioned earlier. We have some Patagonian shrimp, I believe, and then some wild scallops, and then some steak that my lovely husband already seasoned for us. We have a little bit of white pepper. We've been experimenting with a little bit of white pepper just because I've heard that it has lower oxalates than like a black pepper. So we'll just spice it up a little bit every now and then some salt on there, of course. And then we have some... Sorry, my camera died. We are going to be using some garlic, minced garlic for the shrimp, and we'll do some butter, of course, and then I'll do some garlic and some rosemary with the steak as well when we butter baste it. I will be honest, this wasn't my favorite cook. For some reason, our pan and our elements have been really off. Like they'll be really hot and they'll be really cooled off, and it's just kind of frustrating. So that was a little bit of a downside. We couldn't get the right crust. So that was unfortunate, but that's all right. We still got to eat such wonderful food and we were very, very happy with that. And stick around for the taste test for the sea scallops because they surprised me entirely. Okay, got dinner done safely. We were really close to setting off our alarms. It was like really smoky and hazy in here, but perks of eating steak and cooking on cast iron. So we're gonna do a little taste test to celebrate. So excited. Ooh, this piece looks perfect. I've been liking that white pepper. It's pretty good. Nice and salty. Perfect. It wouldn't be surf and turf without some shrimp. That garlicky butteriness is so good. This is not all for me, guys. I'll be sharing this with my husband, so one more taste test so I can go and enjoy this food with him. Those are kind of like sweet. They're sweeter than the larger scallops. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go enjoy dinner with him. See you in a little bit. Dinner is done. That was such a good dinner. I absolutely love eating like a seafood and a steak, like a surf and turf style, a meal. It's just so good. Like you have that like more refreshing shrimp or scallops, and then you eat it with this super flavorful, just savory, just yummy steak. It just pairs so well together. It's so yummy. That was definitely really good. I am really pleased with the white pepper. I've already said that, but like it tastes really good. If you haven't tried any white pepper and you've tried just the black pepper, it's worth a shot. I think it's really nice, and I don't get like as burpy as I do from black pepper, so that's amazing. It's a win there. But anyway, it was really nice to have two different meals than I normally do, because I'm always having my ground beef hash bowl or just a ground beef scramble, where it's just my eggs, ground beef, and then for dinner is usually just like a burger. And so it was really nice to do an omelet that was nice and cheesy and gooey and creamy, and then to have that wonderful dinner was so good. And then of course my lovely bone broth, can't forget that. But it was just, yeah, so tasty. Super excited to have that. It was a nice switch up. I very much needed it. But anyway, I'm going to go to the gym. We got to get a late night workout in, and then just move our bodies. It's, you know, wintertime and cold and dark, but we still got to move our bodies. And then after that, I got to get some work done. So it's a busy night ahead. So I'm going to go get ready for that, go do all that. But thank you so much for coming along for this, what I eat in the day. It was a fun one. I'm glad you came along. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe down below. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, go ahead and hit the join button down below. I'll see you in the next video.